Alright guys, in the past when you saw how it is to study in Australia versus how it is to study in Germany, now let's go to the cost of living. In the cost of living, we're going to discuss some basic things that every student has to go through, you know, the apartment cost, the groceries cost, health insurance, mobile phone and other stuff. For Germany, if I have to tell you, then for apartments, you need to take 300 to 500 euros aside because this is what you will be spending for an apartment in general if you're living in a student hostel. If you are trying to own your own apartment, it could go way up to somewhere around 700 to 900. Again, it depends if you're living in the inner city or the outer city, but in general, you know, for students from 300 euros to 500 euros for the apartment cost, that's more than enough. For groceries, you can think somewhere around 100 to 150 euros. Health insurance is 90 euros. Mobile phone contracts, if you're taking the basic one, it's somewhere around 10 euros. All in all, in general, I would say for Germany, you have to always think of spending somewhere around 700 to 900 euros per month. In that, everything will be covered. So Arpit, how is it in Australia? What are the cost of living? I mean, of course, it depends from city to city and also from individual to individual. But what is your personal experience? How much are you spending on different things?
For the people who are looking for a hostel accommodation, if they are looking to live in the hostel in the campus, so it might cost them around, I would say, $1,000 or maybe $1,200 for a month, but that would include the food also along with the accommodation. So like you won't have to worry about making your own food. But otherwise, from my experience, I think if you are living in the outer suburb, it will be much more cheaper as compared to the rooms or the apartments that you are maybe renting in the city in the inner suburbs. So for outer suburbs, I would say it would cost you around $400 per month, including the bills. But if you are living in the inner suburbs, so for me, I'm living in the inner suburb and it costs me around $600 a month, including the electricity, water, and gas bills. It completely depends on individual to individual on what kind of lifestyle you're looking for. It depends on how much savings do you want and the kind of room. So if you're like sharing the room, obviously you will pay less. If you're looking for a single room, a private room, it would obviously cost you more. For my experience, yeah, it will cost you around 600 for accommodation. Speaking about the health insurance, there are different companies that provide the insurance. I have Allianz Health Insurance. So people who are looking to come in Australia, it's a good insurance plan in which you just have to pay before coming here in Australia. So it's like a 2-year plan and it costs maybe around, I'm not too sure because it's been a long time. So I think maybe around $1,400. So it's for 2 years and it includes all your daily doctor, like basic, if you are having maybe common cold or sore throat or a fever. So that would be absolutely free for you. Free of cost for you. And if you get into some accident also, that will also be covered. Maybe the things that are not covered in the health insurance, you will still get some sort of discount also. So you don't have to pay 100% fees.
So health insurance is also like compulsory in Australia?
Yeah, it is compulsory. You can't get a student visa without getting a health insurance.
Do you have to like apply for this insurance right from India or like do you apply for it
from India? From India, yes.
Okay.
You can't arrive in Australia before a health insurance.
For Germany, we have to just take a travel insurance, so it costs somewhere around 2,000 rupees or something. And then afterwards we have to like apply for a German public health insurance. So for a German company, then we have to pay 90 euros every month. In Australia,
it's just like you just have to pay once.
Okay.
So it covers your student visa.
Okay, but then afterwards when you will be working or like when you're no longer a student, then you have to like again take some insurance.
Yes,
okay.
I suppose. I don't think it will be compulsory, but I suppose you would have to get our own medical insurance, yeah.
And how much does it cost for groceries? I mean, again, it depends from individual to individual, but still, you know, what do you spend?
For me, because if I'm having maybe three meals a day, one time I would be eating from some restaurant or outside. I won't be cooking my meals for dinner time because I'll be too tired to make them. For 2 times, I think grocery would cost you about $300 for a month. But it is just like completely depends on individual to individual on what kind of food that you're looking for. So for me, I'm looking for more like high protein foods. So it would cost more. If you are into Indian food, if you are just want to make maybe chickpeas or
Yeah.
red kidney beans or cheese or whatever, so it would be obviously cheaper. For me, it costs around three to $400 a
Okay.
month.
Okay. And these mobile phone stuff, like how much do you pay for it?
Okay, so they have different plans.
Mm-hmm.
So it also depends on your need of using the internet and for international calls.
Mhm.
So for me personally, I'm using the Vodafone Australia network, and I have a plan in which my phone is included. So it is a complete plan of $86 a month. And it is a 2-year contract in which I get the phone and also I get 8 GB of data, 1300 international minutes. The local, like within Australia, the calls and the SMS are free of cost. I don't have to, worry about if I'm talking to a friend, I don't have to worry about my minutes or anything. And there is no such scene as recharge or anything. So there are like plans. So you just get the plans. You don't have to worry about going to the recharge shops like in India.
In the end, what would you say? What amount do you have to spend every month to live normally in Australia?
Apart from what I just described before, I pay $65 for the gym per month.
That's extremely expensive. In Germany, you can
Yeah.
get it for 20 euros or something.
For a month.
Yeah, for a month. 20 euros per month.
So if you are traveling by public transport and if you are getting a monthly pass, you're gonna pay maybe around $200 per month. So it also depends on how often you travel. If you don't travel much, your expenses are gonna be obviously cheaper. Apart from that, my university fees is like $32,000 for a year. For the whole course, it would be around 65,000 and the tuition fees increase every year.
A monthly pass is not covered in it because in Germany we just pay 300 euros per semester, and this monthly pass, wherever we travel in a 50-kilometer radius, everything is free. Like we don't have to pay anything else. So in a year we spend just 600 euros for the university for like all kinds of expenses.
It's much cheaper here. It's just I just told you
university fee, and then afterwards also like you have to pay monthly pass.
Yeah, it just depends. It's not compulsory that you have to get a monthly pass. But if you are like traveling every day, so it would be beneficial for you. It will be a profit for you to get a monthly pass here. If you're traveling for one day maybe, so it would cost you around $8.
In the end, to sum everything, like just for a month, how much money are you giving out?
For a month, for me, I'm paying around $1,400 to $1,500 a month. Wow. Because I also like to go out with my friends almost every week. So going to some bars or having fun, obviously it adds to the monthly expenses.
Wow, man. Yeah, in the next part we're going to see how Arpit is covering all those costs. 1,400 to 1,500 is a lot of money. In Germany, you can get everything covered from somewhere around 700 to 900 euros. So this was the part 2, guys. We discussed about what the cost of living are in Australia versus Germany. In the next part, we're going to talk about the student jobs. Subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, give the video a thumbs up. If you want to follow Arpit on Instagram, I'm going to put a link down in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.